We're going to continue. If alpha is acute and cosine 2 alpha is equal to 3/4, find the exact value of cosine alpha and sine alpha. We start with cosine alpha. Okay, and we know that cosine 2 alpha is equal to 2 cosine squared alpha minus 1. I'm going to use that. So cosine 2 alpha, not theta, I'm saying another thing. Cosine 2 alpha is equal to 2 cosine squared alpha minus 1. And cosine 2 alpha, that is 3/4 or 3/4, and 2 cosine squared alpha minus 1. If we add both sides of the equation by 1, then we have by 4 there, by 4, then we have 7/4 is equal to 2 cosine squared alpha. This will become 0. If we divide both sides of the equation by 2, then we have 7/4 multiplied by 1/2 is equal to, this will become 1 cosine squared alpha. So we have 7/8 is equal to cosine squared alpha. And then if we take the square root of both sides of the equation, then we have cosine alpha is equal to square root of 7/8. Okay, next, sine alpha. Sine alpha, then we have sine here, then we can use that. We have 1 minus 2 sine squared alpha is equal to cosine 2 alpha. Then we have 1 minus 2 sine squared alpha is equal to 3/4. If we subtract both sides of the equation by 1, then this will become 0. So we have negative 2 sine squared alpha is equal to 3/4 minus 1, then we have negative 1/4. If we divide both sides of the equation by 2, negative 2, sorry, then we have sine squared alpha is equal to 1/8. And then if we take the square root of that, then we have sine alpha is equal to square root of 1/8. Okay, next, use an appropriate double angle formula to simplify 2 sine theta cosine theta. And we know that we have 3 times 2 sine theta cosine theta. But we have now 6, so what I can do is divide it by 2, so that I will go back to the original given constant, which is 3. Then we know that 3 halves, then we have 2 sine theta cosine theta. We have now sine 2 theta. 2 theta. Okay, now we have the b. We have 4 cosine squared 2b minus 2. So if we're going to factor 2 there, factor out 2, then we have 2 cosine squared 2b minus 1. And we know that this is the same as this one. So we have 2 times cosine 2. This is our b right now, or alpha. This is our theta right now. Then we have 2b. Maybe it is good to write that way. So we have now, if I'm going to write it better, then we have 2 cosine 4b. Next, given that tangent theta is equal to negative 3/4 and theta is in the second quadrant, so that means maybe it's good to do the triangle here. This is our theta. Then we have negative 4 there and 3 there. So our square, this will become square root of 16 plus 9, which is 25. So we have 5 there. Okay. So sine 2 theta, our A now. Sine 2 theta. We know that that is 2 sine theta cosine theta. And 2 sine theta is positive in the second quadrant. So we have 3/5. And cosine is negative on the second quadrant, that is 4/5. So we have 12, 6 times 4, that is negative 24 over 25. B, cosine 2 theta is equal to cosine squared theta. I can use 2 cosine squared theta minus 1. So we have 2 cosine squared theta. Cosine is negative 4/5 squared minus 1. Then we have 2 times 16 divided by 25 minus 1. So if we have 25 here, expand it by 25, then we have 32 minus 25, that is 7 over 25. And then we have tangent 2 theta. Tangent 2 theta is equal to, we have 2 tangent theta divided by 1 minus tangent squared theta. So we have 2 times negative 3/4 divided by 1 minus negative 3/4 squared. That will give us, this will become 2. And we have negative 3/2 divided by, if we expand this by 16, multiplied by 16 there. Oh, sorry, I will write it better. 1 minus there. So multiplied by 16 and 16 there. Then we have 16 minus 9 divided by 16. Then we have negative 3/2 multiplied by 16 divided by, what will be that? 7. 7 plus 9, 16. Yes. And this will become 8. Then we have negative 8 over 7. Okay, I will stay there. I have a lot more to do. More examples in my next videos. Have a nice day, and thank you for watching. I really appreciate it.